Go straight over here. Hold. Hey guys, what's going on? Just real quick, before we get going with the video, I was looking over the footage with my editor, Jason. We both realized that there's a little bit of saltiness in the video. I get kind of heated talking about a few things that I had been reading in our YouTube community. And, you know, I wear my heart on my sleeve, so sometimes things get elevated a little bit higher than they should. So just a heads up before we get started. But I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Like, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? You think what I'm saying is stupid? Let me know in the comments down below. That's it. Just a warning. I think you'll still enjoy it because we do talk about some interesting stuff. Enjoy the rest of the video. Cheers. What happened this year, for maybe anybody who might not have tuned in earlier in the year, I was feeling great. January, February, March, April. Well, January, February, March. I was feeling really, really good. I was on a bit of a swing, but I actually felt like I was playing very good poker. And I went, you know what? I know I can beat this level of game. I know I'm as good as these people, which created some controversy. People were very upset at me saying that I think that I'm as good or better than Pav. Just like whatever. And then come April, I'm going through this big downswing. So I start doing some digging into my game, and I'm like beating the game at like 0.5 BB100 which is like really bad for those of you guys who don't know. That's not good. It means that you're playing games too high for your skill level, and that really like took me for a bit of a trip, bit of a whirlwind where I went deep into a depression because I'm like, I put all this work in and I can't beat this game at this level. Like, should I really be continuing to play poker? And I realized two things. It's a bit of a small sample size that I was looking at my win rate, and there were just some minor leaks that were, well, I guess they're major leaks, but were easy fixes, and I needed to focus on fixing them. So I did the right things, man. I studied, spent more time doing hand reviews with my buddies, and I got coaching. And when I got that coaching, my win rate went from, 0.5 minus 2 big blinds per 100 to literally 6 big blinds per 100, which is huge. It's a huge drastic change. It was a light bulb switch. And I went, oh, okay. So I have all the other tools capable of beating these games. I was missing a couple of tools, and now I have them. So I can actually beat these games after all. There was just a major spot that I was like missing out on. And here we are. I'm here to share my journey, my experiences, and share my passions, okay? Poker is my main passion, but so is film, so is sports, so is politics. I have a lot of passions that I like to talk about and discuss amongst my community. And anything that you gain educationally from watching me play poker is a complete byproduct of what my actual intention is with my content. I'm not here to be Ben CB or BBZ or anybody else that, approaches their content from an educational standpoint without, giving that level of value. A, because I'm not nearly as good as them. B, because I'm not a coach. And I have never intended to be. I've done coaching on the side just to provide value in that regard, but my content isn't made with the intention of coaching anybody. That is not what I'm going with. All I'm doing is sharing. That's it. I share my thought process. I share my journey. I share my upswings and my downswings. I share my big bluffs and my big hero calls. And that's it. And if you guys can't appreciate that, that's fine. But I'm not going to change at the request of angry people who, don't want to hear about my take on movies and want to see me, win a coin flip. Just not going to do it because it doesn't make me happy. Oh man, he had the queen high straight. Brutal. Yeah, I guess we'll stack off here. Pretty gross. Flipping. Can we hold a big flip here? Ugh. That's too bad, man. We win that, we're chip leading. Or at least pretty close to it anyway. I think just like a easy value bet is going to be good here. Go, I guess. It's gonna be one of those days, guys. Go straight over here. Hold. Another one, another one, another one, another one. More bad beats. Give me more. Oh, that's heartbreaking. we'll go for the shove here. Not that I'm excited about doing it, but. Hey, I deserve that. Give me the straight flush. Oh, it's okay. I've been following a lot more people on Twitter the last, let's say, 6 months, and probably spending more time on Twitter than I ever have. And I find myself often doing a little Twitter scroll through session and coming out of it really, really mad and frustrated. More than like fulfilled or joyful or even getting like any kind of dopamine hit. There's none of that. There's no dopamine, just anger. Someone says something stupid, or somebody doesn't give up their argument despite how awful their argument is, or someone says something that creates like an eruption in the Twitter world and there's never an opposing opinion. Like yesterday, everyone got so mad at this clip of Joe Rogan saying that video games can be really harmful in your day-to-day life. Everyone's like, I'm a gamer. God forbid you have a hobby that involves video games. I make a living off of video games. And I'm thinking like, that's not who he's talking about. He's talking about the people who play video games as a hobby, and that hobby turns into something negative and toxic and distracts you from accomplishing the goals that you truly want to achieve. Not everybody can be a professional gamer, you know? And I didn't see anybody making that comment. And I'm thinking like, am I going crazy? I must be going crazy that I'm the only person who feels this way. Because yeah, I think gaming is fine as a hobby. It's a great community. You know, it's a work of art at these days. For a good video game, and it is a skill set that very few people can actually be good at, so it's a fun hobby to work on. But can we also acknowledge the fact that for some people it's a really, really unhealthy lifestyle? Is that so wrong? And it as I'm scrolling through the Twitter feed, the Twitter comments of people getting mad at Joe Rogan, I'm getting mad that nobody's speaking up about this. Because look, there's a lot of things that you can criticize Joe Rogan for. He's got some pretty bad opinions and platforms, some pretty awful ideas, but this is not one of them. It's really weird to me. All right, well, not soaked on this, but we're not folding either. Sigh. What do you think about bluffing? It's a vital part towards being an overall good poker player. If you're not bluffing, you're a bad poker player. It's a very broad question, my man. I don't even know how else to answer that. Degen, what do you think about breathing? I think I'm just gonna limp jam. Bummer. I'm gonna hammer the DC bet. I don't know who to bet on that one. I'm not gonna probably bet on that fight. I might bet on it like not going the distance or something. Although this time it might go the distance, honestly. This time it might go the distance because it'll be a wrestling match. DC versus Stipe is gonna be a wrestling match more than anything else. I would be surprised if either of them win by knockout. I have a pretty strong feeling that a lot of that fight's gonna be on the ground. It'll be an exciting fight. They'll both take a lot of damage, but I think they're both gonna fight like really smart, knowing full well that probably the last fight for either of them. So they're gonna want to make it count. You know, they're not gonna like go swinging for the fences, like taking huge risks. They're just going to be grinding. So I think my money is on DC by points. I bet you that's a real good bet. I bet you the odds makers are high on that one because it's probably, there's a lot of people betting on like DC or Stipe by knockout. I bet you nobody's betting on DC by points. That's where I put my money on. That's my initial feeling. All right, can't fold this. Good luck, us. Brick it. Oh man. Can I win one, please? Just one? Can I win one, please? I just want to win one. Can we just keep it clean and let me win one? Shit's giving me a headache, bro. For the check raise bluff and basically a 1-1 SPR, I'm just gonna rip. I should have check raised just a bit bigger on the flop, but that's right. I can't get there. Can't get there. Too many outs, bro. That might be the hand that ends our day today, that ends our YouTube video. Thanks for the hangouts, guys. Those were some brutal beats. There were some like non-party poker beats that were even like worse, but I couldn't show them. So it is what it is. This is the life of a poker pro, man. It doesn't matter how good you play. Some days you're still gonna get your ass handed to you. So GG. If you guys haven't checked out already, twitch.tv/DramaticDegen. Come say hello. And then of course, make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Got any questions? Want to be part of some giveaways? Just want to follow the day-to-day goings on? Great way to support me is through social media. I'll leave links down below for all of that. Really, really appreciate all of your continued support. Much love. If I don't see you guys on the Twitch streets, I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.